boy Mo. Now, wait. Turn this up real quick. Today we're back again with another video. Today we are back again with another NBA video. We're reacting to why was rookie LeBron so disliked by his teammates. Now, I didn't realize how much LeBron used to be disliked until like months ago. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Because it actually started to come up. But me, the whole time I was watching LeBron, like, I started playing basketball like in 2016, 2015, damn near. It probably was 2014, honestly. I probably was like in second grade or some shit. It probably was during that time. But, bro, I'm not even gonna hold you. I didn't really start watching basketball until like 2016, 2017. But, like, I'm gonna really keep it being with you. I ain't know LeBron used to be hated. I thought that man was loved his whole career. I'm not even gonna hold you. But, you know, you learn something new every day. You know what I mean? I obviously learned that as I started to watch basketball that, you know, they was basically saying he had to overcome this whole thing where he was hated by everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just now learning that. I learned that years ago. I'm not even gonna lie. But today is going to be another day to really strengthen our basketball knowledge. You know what I mean? So we're gonna get into the video. I'm not even gonna lie. Our goal was to make the intro as short as possible. Let's get into it. Let me turn this down now. Let's get into it.
Really just bring a high school player in and really just think your team gonna really turn around like that.
He says their egos wouldn't allow it. I kept telling them, you have a chance to help one of the game's future.
Yo, I'm gonna keep it neat. If y'all didn't notice, right? But Cleveland, they actually had a entire fine. They had a whole fine because they had LeBron in practice with them. They was trying to see what he can do before he was actually eligible for the draft. I'm not even gonna lie. And this was like back when he was in like high school or something, bro. And like they got fined for that shit. I definitely believe this. If his teammates disliked him, cause his coach probably definitely showed that he definitely liked LeBron when he was already in high school, and he wasn't even on a team yet. You know what I mean? He probably showed that already. But like, yeah, I think one of his you know teammates before they was his teammates probably snitched because they probably was getting their ass busted or something. I don't know, but
they wouldn't.
That's my guess.
35 games that year because of him. He's had some outstanding seasons since then, but that first one may have been the most impressive because of how he excelled in spite of the jealousy on his own team.
LeBron's arrival to the league was marked with the kind of hype that is still being talked about more than 2 decades later. He was the chosen one. Some thought he was the next Michael Jordan or Magic, and he was already a huge public figure long before the days of social media, covering Sports Illustrated and signing an 8-figure deal before playing a single game in the NBA.
And they had to move his high school games to college and arenas. You know, he's selling out. He was at that time he was selling more tickets than the Cavs. In high school, his high school game against Warrensville Heights, there were 20,000 people there. The Cavs were averaging like maybe 11,000. You know, that year.
As we've seen countless times with some highly touted prospects, not everybody believes in the hype, or even if they do, you're always going to have those who just don't like it. Rookie LeBron was no exception, but the difference was that it wasn't just opposing teams or fans that didn't like him. It was also his own teammates from the Cavs organization.
We have better players than him in this position already on our team, though. The sky's the limit for him, though.
What they say?
Need to run Windows on your Mac? Parallels Desktop makes it simple to integrate Windows apps into your Mac OS.
So just imagine how hard it is to fight off the naysayers, doubters, haters that you never see but you know they're talking crazy behind TV screens, computers, phones, tablets. Then imagine fighting off naysayers, doubters, haters that you would think have your back and you see them every day. That was an Instagram caption by LeBron on a video he posted in 2017 showing his future Cavs teammates commenting on his imminent arrival to Cleveland. And the intro video was JJ Redick reading a quote from former Cavs coach Paul Silas, who coached LeBron in his rookie season. It might be a stretch to go ahead and claim that LeBron's teammates hated him during his rookie year, but one thing that's a complete fact from what we can tell is that there was some tension between LeBron and his teammates. So much so that all 4 guys in that famous clip were not with the Cavs by LeBron's second year in the league, and for 3 of them, it can be traced back to LeBron. One fan in the comment section of the first video I played from JJ Redick's podcast claims to have noticed that LeBron's teammates didn't like him way back in 2004 towards the end of his
That's
rookie
crazy.
season, all because of the bench reaction that LeBron got in one of his games. The fan said, "Go watch his first 40-point game against the Nets in his rookie season. It's so obvious that they didn't like him because the bench barely reacted as he was single-handedly carrying them from behind in the fourth. And he looked angry the whole time while he was doing it. It was such a strange game to watch because of how uninterested the Cavs looked." After reading this comment, I decided to look up the game, and I think this fan might be onto something. But before we dive into it, be sure to like this video if you enjoy it and subscribe for more. But let's get into it. When the Cleveland Cavaliers faced the New Jersey Nets in 2004, LeBron put on the best performance of his rookie season. 19-year-old LeBron scored a then career-high 41 points, dished out another career-high 13 assists, and finished the game with a game score of 39, which was the highest he recorded in that season. Just for reference, in the 2016 NBA Finals, when the Cavs came back from being down 3-1, the only time LeBron had a game score higher than 39 in that series was in Games 6 and 7, which was arguably LeBron at peak form. But the stats weren't even the best part of LeBron's performance in that game, but it was how he put up those numbers that was most impressive. These New Jersey Nets were the back-to-back Eastern Conference champions, and in that game, the Cavs had been trailing for much of the contest. It was in the third quarter, after this assist to Boozer, that LeBron seemed to turn it up.
Fade away. Ilgauskas had it rejected by Harris. Look at the pick of LeBron James.
Why the fuck they jealous of LeBron though? Like, nigga, that's your fault y'all playing ass. Why y'all gotta blame him for that? Just catch the ball and score. Stop acting like a bitch.
Of power, explosiveness.
He's cerebral about the game. He's very quick.
That will drop. James open floor. Top keeper Brown. Brown to the hole.
Curry Kittles has 19.
That was pretty.
James, no call. Layup doesn't go. Follow. Count it.
They've got away with a push.
I don't understand why they're mad though. They got a steal and all
James
that.
has it stolen. James 1-on-2.
He's a rookie. And LeBron will sometimes.
If he doesn't make the shot, he creates mismatches. So the guy, he's accepting the challenge for Brown inside.
Down deep. Carlos Boozer.
The burst which LeBron had late in the third allowed the Cavs to come back within the game, and they went into the fourth trailing by just 3 points. At that point, the game had been back and forth. The Cavs struggled to get a lead because the Nets had answers for everything that the Cavs threw at them. In fact, the post-game stat sheet showed that the Nets had the lead for a total of 40 minutes in that game. And it wasn't too long until the Cavs were down near double digits again. But in that fourth quarter, LeBron scored or assisted on 24 of the 32 points scored, and it was a spectacular performance as you're about to see, especially in crunch time with less than 2 minutes left in the game. But as you watch these clips, I want you to keep in mind what the fan in the YouTube comments said about the Cavs bench and the teammates' reaction to the show that LeBron was putting on.
LeBron James kept it alive. Lean A-line will give it up. James foul Boozer in the hole. It is even. Shot clock inside 10.
What's wrong with the bench? There's nothing really wrong with it. I don't see nothing.
Raise up. Fill it up. Good game. And James, Richard Jefferson for the.
I mean, I seen somebody do this. It's not
LeBron
bad.
James has hit them both. Baseline in the crowd, lost it. James up the floor. LeBron James to the hole. Got it to drop it differential.
Now I ain't gonna lie, half of them, I don't know. Y'all can't really say nothing.
Cavaliers got
You never know.
Ripped away now. James the pusher. LeBron James. He got it to drop.
And let him take it to the basket inside.
Jefferson for
I mean, you could. I mean, they are all NBA players. But y'all want them to be fans and y'all want them to be hyping all it. Like niggas do that, but it's like that's the early 2000s, bruh. What could you really say? Them is like grown ass men.
No. James for the four. The follow. The punctuation mark. Take off. Touchdown for LeBron James.
Like they see somebody like this. Somebody like this, bro. Y'all keep saying his teammates was in hit. I don't think that. Now it's possible.
Carlos
Wait.
Boozer layup got a fist shake and clapping from the bench. I think 2 clutch shots, a steal, and
See, they either not doing enough or they going to get up and then they're going to clap. It's
a layup for the lead and the
That's all
dunk
I'm
for the
seeing.
dagger also deserve some love from the bench. But even after the game was over, you didn't see too many teammates embracing or cheering on LeBron at all. So maybe the fan wasn't wrong in their observations. But we can't just base our information of the weird relationship between LeBron and his teammates on a YouTube comment, or make assumptions
can't
and
really say
jump to
nothing.
conclusions based on what we see. There are different reasons why this tension existed, many of which are actually documented. LeBron was easily the most hyped prospect of all time, and it seems like you hear that being said about different players these days, but there's a reason why the hype we saw with Zion and Wemby was compared to that of LeBron. But even in 2003, although NBA fans were looking forward to his arrival to the league, there was already an existing order in the Cavs organization. We know that even for the best of the best in the NBA, there's a learning curve, and that even generational talents don't become the best player in just one season. That's one of the things that all those Cavs players that LeBron posted on his Instagram in 2017 were saying, if you take away the tone and the shade, of course. And if anybody knew anything about that learning curve, it was his two teammates Darius Miles and Ricky Davis, who were both drafted out of high school, but in many ways failed to live up to expectations. And these two were also some of the main
So are they the ones that's hating?
guys who were suiting up for the Cavs.
That's one thing I need to argue.
But the arrival of LeBron and the hype that framed him as the savior of the Cleveland Cavaliers meant that someone or multiple guys on that roster were going to have to sacrifice their time on the court, their touches, or their role in the team to make room for LeBron and let him have the keys to the franchise. But
Okay.
were they the ones that's hating? I'm so confused.
Were you even listening?
Y'all can't blame them because
You
y'all ain't
ain't
living up to
saying a single
expectations. Let me say.
they didn't like that. A case in point, Ricky Davis. In the 2002-2003 NBA season, Ricky Davis was the number one option of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Davis was an athletic swingman who played 12 seasons in the league. He was in his fifth NBA season when LeBron got drafted, and he was coming off of a 25-5 season. Essentially, this was the guy that LeBron was coming in to replace as the number one option of the Cavs. Davis, however, also had a reputation as a player who was more concerned about his individual stats than team success.
I mean, LeBron giving him
Probably
the
the
ball, I
most
can't
famous
really say
moment in his career was him throwing the ball off of the rim to catch a rebound and secure a triple-double. And you also had announcers saying stuff like this after he made his way on highlight reels.
Look, no one has ever questioned the athletic ability of Ricky Davis. What they question is his understanding of the game, his willingness to share the basketball and play within a team concept that helps you to win games.
This self-centered attitude had caused Davis to butt heads with many people around the NBA on many occasions in his career, especially Paul Silas, who had coached Davis early on in Charlotte, before they met again when Silas was brought in to coach the Cavs in LeBron's rookie year. Davis felt like it would be a while before LeBron becomes a top 10 player, so he was hesitant to make any changes in his game.
So when LeBron came, everything was good. We were rolling. LeBron was in, because I knew the young fella wasn't ready to, win us a championship. So I figured, I'm going to just keep doing me. I really don't care who on the floor. I'm going to just do me no matter what. You ain't got to run me no plays. You ain't got to do nothing.
He was still focused on getting his and putting up his stats, and on one occasion, he even said that he saw LeBron as a complementary piece to help him carry the scoring load. He would then get a wake-up call because, unlike Davis, the coaching staff and the front office were determined to give the keys to LeBron and make him the number one option as soon as they could. And according to Davis, this worsened the already weird dynamic between him and the coaching staff because he was getting pulled out of games in which he was playing really well, his minutes were becoming more and more inconsistent, and he felt like he was being held back from performing at his best.
That is
all
Dick
in order
Ryan.
to
They
let-
could have literally had LeBron at. Why y'all just ain't play both of them? They was doing good. And then the crazy part about that is, right, it was a certain year where, like, the Cavs was really the worst team ever. And they had to be carried.
Obviously, this did not sit right with Davis, and when he brought it up to the coaching staff, they did not deny the fact that he was getting a different kind of treatment, but the reasons they gave for it was what did not make sense to Ricky Davis because they claimed that he was being harsh to LeBron.
But next thing you know, Paul
What?
Silas takes me out, and he's like, I'm taking out, he take me out. I'm like, what's up, coach? He like, man, you got to stop kind of yelling at the young fella. And I'm like, what are you talking about? So I go back on the bench. I ain't think none of it. I'll go back on the bench. Next thing you know, I'm not in the game. That whole game, he didn't put me back. I go back the next game. Same thing. Get buckets. I think I came out, scored 15 points in the first quarter. I'm pissed. Okay. He takes me out again. And I'm like, Coach, what's going on? And he like, you keep yelling at the young fella. He said the same exact
What
thing.
the
Now, there's two
Yo, that
sides to this
coach is Dick Ryan, bro. See, I ain't gonna lie, I can't really say that either because they is saying that all the teams around the NBA, like, they don't have, the teams are not loyal, bro.
one. There's one story that Ricky Davis cussed
Like
out
this
LeBron
basketball organization shit is all about money.
for driving to the basket
Even in
instead of
high
passing
school,
him the ball
bro.
in a game against Portland. But even to this day, Davis claims that he never cussed out LeBron and that
This shit is
if there was
about
ever
money.
such
It's
an
not about the
instance-
players no more, man. That's one thing I gotta realize. So he should have definitely. I would say he could really get traded after that. The stats is correct. You know what I'm saying? They got 20 points per game, 15 because they taking him out early. Yeah, with the right team, he could definitely play better.
It was
He
just a
definitely found the right
misunderstanding
team.
because that's just how he talks. Ricky Davis claims that as a result of all this, he found himself in a weird spot because he did not know what he had done to LeBron, and this had him questioning himself for a little bit. After communicating with his agent, he was informed that he was being accused of conduct detrimental to the team, which he also denies to this day. But again, I think we should take the comments by Ricky Davis with a grain of salt because it is on record that in that season there was an instance where Coach Silas kicked Davis out of practice and soon after he was banned from a road trip. So this could be the detrimental conduct that was being referred to, but in the podcast that I played, Davis claimed that he did not know what the team was talking about. In what Davis describes as a desperate search for clarity, he called for a meeting with his agent, coaches, team executives, and later on they were also joined by LeBron.
So he sit down, and so they get to talking. Okay, LeBron, this is why we in here. Man, look, I say, hold on, Bron. They say I just interrupted Bron. They say I cussed you out. He said, huh? You ain't never cussed me out. I said, they keep saying I cussed you out, and I'm yelling at you or some shit like that. He said, you ain't cussed me out. I don't know what they talking about. I got up and left.
Ricky Davis stormed out of the meeting, and it was immediately after that he was traded to Boston just 22 games into that season. So if this information tells us anything, it's that Davis was definitely one of the players that Paul Silas was referring to when he talked about how the egos of certain players got in the way of helping LeBron. Because when he was asked about the trade,
That's the coach right there that did that shit? His fucking fat ass. That's
the Coach Silas made was that the atmosphere would change and that it needed to. Now, if that instance sent
like
any
a
message to the
fucking
rest
monkey,
of the
bro.
team, was to tread lightly around LeBron. But this was the old school NBA where rookies were subjected to various rookie duties.
Yo, I ain't gonna
hazing,
lie, bro. And the reason I really take this personally, bro, is because the same shit happened to me when I was in high school. And everybody on the team, like, bro, I literally came prepared on that team to actually take over during the season. And I was never able to do that. I literally could have done it, bro. And I was literally never able to do it because of coaches like that, bro. So I'm really saying this is why I really take that so personally, even though it happened to Cuz. Because that's fucked up, bro. I think I tried to say he was yelling at him and shit. Coaches love lying if they don't want you on the team no more. They don't want you playing. They love doing that shit.
Coach Silas made was that the atmosphere would change and that it needed to. Now, if that
let me guess, is he fired? Like, did he get fired? Like, that's what happened? Because we know he's not the coach no more.
Sent any message to the rest of the team was to tread lightly around LeBron. But this was the old school NBA where rookies were subjected to various rookie duties, sometimes hazing, and just a lot of little bro treatment. But with LeBron, that wasn't really his experience. Bruno Sandow, an NBA journeyman who was LeBron's teammate in 2003, shared a story about how he decided to engage LeBron in some rookie duties because he felt like the way everybody danced around LeBron was a bit insane. Sandow said that it's something that veterans do to rookies to establish respect for older players. It goes on for a month, and it's nothing special. LeBron shows up, everybody's like, wow, that's LeBron. He has a $100 million contract with Nike. That's an 18-year-old kid, and nobody wanted to talk to him. So I was like, what's this about? So one day while they were in the locker room, Sundov decided to make a request that only a vet can make to a rookie. He said, I want a large coffee and a pack of donuts first thing tomorrow. Which on the surface seems like a small thing to ask, but even Sundov added that one of his teammates, Big Z, who was right next to him, later brought it up, asking, what are you doing? You're gonna get both of us traded tomorrow.
I want a large coffee and a pack of donuts. One player who wasn't scared of rookie LeBron. Everyone was walking around on eggshells around LeBron, but for Bruno Sandow, he was 18-year-old kid who just wanted to be one of the guys.
which on the surface seems like a small thing to ask, but even Sundov added that one of his teammates, Big Z, who was right next to him, later brought it up, asking, "What are you doing? You're gonna get both of us traded." LeBron responded with a "Yeah, no problem."
Yo, that nigga had that much power? Oh, that's crazy. Shit, I would have been scared shitless too, man.
Which left the whole locker room in shock. And Sundov even thought that LeBron was saying that just to say it, but he found everything he requested and a newspaper in the locker room the next morning. LeBron wanted to be one of the guys and get normal treatment, but him being who he was just made it hard for those guys to embrace him. The issue of ego was definitely a valid one because the attitudes that LeBron's teammates held about him and went on to publicly display before he even played a game shows you that they didn't like the feeling of sacrificing for a younger star. Vets are crucial to the development of a player. But
Listen, I don't think it was that, bro. Y'all gotta understand, bro. That means you gonna have to sit out every game. They getting paid for playing basketball. Do y'all not understand that? They're getting paid for playing basketball. They had to put up stats. This is an active job, my nigga. So what if they get traded to a different team and they didn't put up enough points? You think they're gonna play them now? No. Y'all gotta understand, with playing on a team, it literally opens up options for you. If it's not opening up options for you, you're not gonna make it nowhere. You're gonna retire early. It's just you're gonna be washed. That's what they're gonna consider you, washed. So I actually understand why they didn't want LeBron to take up all their playing time and all that. Don't get me wrong. Everybody likes LeBron James, but at the end of the day, bro, you gotta understand, if that was you, how would you feel? Would you really want this nigga to play over you every single second of the game? You're not getting it at all. This nigga literally said he was doing good during the game, and the coach pulled him out and put in LeBron. Dog.
Something that rookie LeBron lacked. But obviously this didn't hinder his career
trajectory. Bro, it's not LeBron's fault though, bro. It's the team. They do that to cause problems with people. They will literally make you go against your own homies, bro. I'm trying to tell you that right now. This whole basketball thing is about money. It's not about the players, bro.
Some of those guys who were more focused on getting their own shine.
Listen, if LeBron can make them a certain amount of money or bring your team a certain amount of leverage, popularity, all this, they want to put him in for however many times they want. And I knew that was a problem when literally, bro, I'm literally the only dude on 2K that literally put in every single player. I literally, like, it's not even just, I'm going to just put one player in and just let them pop off. I will literally let that player play like maybe 2 quarters, right? Take them out, put somebody else in, and then put them in like right at the end or like in the last, let's say like 2 minutes of the third quarter. These teams is not doing that though. You know what I'm saying? They don't have proper team management skills. So yeah, that's how I feel about that.
Missed out on an opportunity to contribute to a legacy that's unlike anything we've ever seen. That's it for the video. Please be sure to like because this took a lot of time to make. Comment and let me know what you think about this whole story. Share. And last but not least, subscribe for more videos like this.
One time, rookie LeBron missed all team game. Ooh, should we watch that, y'all? We'll watch that. No. 9 minutes. Y'all want to watch that? Nah. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. That's the end of the video. I hope y'all enjoyed. You know what I'm saying? I know I did. We learned something new today, bro. We learned something new today. And I will say, I do feel a certain type of way hearing what everybody was saying, though. Like, they really was doing that over LeBron James. That's bullshit. Not saying, like, want some hating and shit or nothing. Like, I'm not saying that. Because, bro, we all like LeBron. No bullshit. We all do. But, yeah, like I'm saying, we all like LeBron James, we all do. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, bro, that's not fair. That's not fair to his teammates, bro. Like, and first off, y'all want to know what the crazy part is? They could at least move the ball up to, like, power forward. Because I think LeBron was playing, like, small forward that year or something like that. I don't remember. But they could have moved the cuz up to, like, power forward or something and still have him in the game. But you know how that shit go. They dumb. But yeah, we been. Hope y'all enjoy. Y'all be safe out there. You know what I'm saying? Tell me what y'all think in the comment section. Do y'all think it was right for them to do that as the coach? You know what I'm saying? To be taking niggas out and to be putting in LeBron for the whole rest of the game, making them feel unfairly? Let me know. Because I feel some type of way about that because I had this similar thing happen in high school. It was not because it was anybody better than me, because it really wasn't. To be real with you, it was nobody better than me in high school, bro. Like, I'm gonna be so real with you. Except for, like, you know, you can say, like, probably the older kids, what I say. But at the end of the day, like, when I really learned how to, like, start moving in high school with, like, basketball and stuff like that, like, I never got a chance to pop off. But then I just went through this spiral of, like, just being bad at basketball for a while. And it was basically because of confidence. Confidence really do matter. Y'all gotta understand, bro, like, the way that y'all treat these players, bro, the way that y'all treat these basketball players, bro, or these sports people, whatever you want to call it, like, that's gonna bring their confidence down. They never gonna be able to play the same again for like a little while. So, like, y'all gotta be careful with that. Just to really let y'all know, just in case y'all don't know, because a lot of people don't know that. People think this shit just fun and games and laughs and giggles. It's not, bro. It's really not. Like, that shit really does fuck people mental. But we out. We been. I catch y'all next time. It's your boy Mo. Yo.